You know, you talk about emotional upheavals, and I'm aware of the fact that you've been so close to your mother. And I know
Yeah.
the Mother's Day post, I think, was beautiful.
Thank you.
It really spoke to me and to a lot of people. I saw Malaika, Katrina, everybody giving in that love to you because, of course, it was a very emotional moment. Tell me how you're doing about that, Arjun. I know it's been a week, but I know it was difficult. You've been through your share of ups and downs when it comes to personal life.
But so in that moment, it makes you feel very conflicted. You want to be normal about it. You want to accept that you're in a unique space where you don't have a parent and others do, and they should not be celebrating them just because you don't have it. But it kind of bothers you that was this is like so. Then the choice is to not see things, and that's what I did. I just didn't check my phone. And then when I did finally, then I saw a lot of stuff. Then I said, you know what? I just want to post what I'm thinking. There must be more people out there who also relate. There might be a minority. But there will be some people who've lost their parents or who might not be with their parents right now, who might be missing them, who might be wanting to reconnect. So I posted it just out of that moment. But how does one deal with a parent's loss? I don't know. I mean, I'm not. It's been 8 years, but I'm still not an expert on it. It's not like I can give you any kind of take on it that makes sense because every day is a new struggle. It's like your backbone is broken and they tell you to walk. Now, just every day has its own. It's like they just snapped your back and then they said, okay, now stand up and take care of yourself and be, you got to be a man, be a boy, be understanding, be cool, be sophisticated, be young, be mature, take it with a pinch of salt, don't react, but get emotional, but don't show emotion. Everything is given to you. All that is going on in your head. But you don't have the stability at home that you need to do all those things. So I envy those people that have a certain stability to go back home to because I think that makes a difference. And I feel my stability now comes from having Anshula around. But in the beginning years, Anshula was working in Delhi and I was alone. So I used to just
Yeah.
be out working because I didn't want to be home. And that's how I tried to deal with it. So I dealt with it by just running away with it, from it. And then eventually I had to accept it and be home and realize this is my life, that I don't have her around. And so it was a very, I mean, it's something I can share now, but like we had not touched her room for 6 years. But then the point is, it's not it's not the most normal thing to do is to have one room completely locked up forever when you don't have place in the house, right? So, but I it's just for me and Anshula, this house is her. So now what happens is you kind of every day I go out, I do everything to make people happy and make myself happy and celebrate life and be an actor and be the star and there's love and there's selfies and maza aa raha hai, shooting career, living the dream job, and then you come back home and I can't tell her what I did.
Yeah.
So it just feels kind of incomplete. मैं कुछ भी कर लूँ वो एक void रहेगा ही रहेगा. So you can't deal with it beyond dealing with it as it happens. You know, you could just be spontaneous and understand it, accept it, smile about it, bittersweet, think about her in a positive way, and then you move ahead.
I think I think she's very proud of you, Arjun. I
She
believe
better be. I
she
don't
is.
give her a choice on that matter anymore. She better be proud of me.
I'm sure she's very proud of you. I think you've been an excellent brother. You've been a
Yeah.
you've done all your duties of the son as well, and you've managed that. You brought the families together.
Yeah, no, I had a very easy choice of nobody would have ever blamed me or Anshula if we had not made the choice to be there with dad at that point. It would have been as understandable.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
tougher
correct.
thing to do sometimes is to let go of the past baggage and show up. Just sometimes showing up is difficult for most people. If you ask them what is tough, you think about being there. You think about, I would do this and I should do this and I could do this and I should have done this and would have done this. But in that moment, we had all the crutches in the world to not show up. And nobody would have judged us. They would have, I think everybody would have understood if Anshula and me kept a distance respectfully out of choice. Uh, but that is exactly where I feel upbringing comes in, where my mother wouldn't have, regardless of anything, wanted my father to be alone.
Yeah,
But if we had not, nobody would have questioned it. Because we are two young kids whose loyalty will always be with our mother. But the first thing I had to do was think of what my mother would make me do.
You mentioned Anshula. I know both of you have been doing a lot of good work. It's difficult time. I know it's an emotional conversation, but it's difficult time, right? There are animals who are suffering. There are people, there might be
Yeah.
neighbors walking on the streets, and you've been very vocal. You've been doing your bit, and so has Anshula. Tell me about it. I know that you also a lot of your items from the clothes that you put out there, and you put up
Yeah.
money, which is very sweet.
So,
It's important.
so yeah, well, she had already started Fankind, which touchwood by the grace of God,
Yeah.
people have reacted very positively and positively to including the actors that have wanted to affiliate and the young fans that have donated and got their chance and opportunity to connect with their stars because of it. So
Yeah.
I think it's a decent thing that we have going where long term we had imagined contributing and giving back to society in a small way and connecting with the fans because I think those are the two things that any actor craves कि हम लोगों को छू भी जाए और कुछ और लोगों का भी भला कर जाए उस चक्कर में. So I
Yeah.
think it was something that made sense to me a lot, and now it's coming in more handy because through Fankind we're able to actually touch many more people, and I won't say it's been easy, but it's been seamless. Like now, Vicky is doing something with her. Pariniti just did something. I did a charity thing where we organized a dinner date with me. Um, where animals are concerned, somebody gave me this thought, and I said, "Hi, yaar, ye acha hai," because we always can't physically go out and feed animals, but at least I can give it to a company, a association and affiliation that will make sure that it's done the right way. It's not only about passing biscuits; it's about making sure those dogs are taken care of, those animals are taken care of. तो जो दिमाग में आ रहा था, where you can improvise and help people, you do it. So between Fankind, between me helping in other ways, what even Karan and Zoya did for with Facebook was amazing to be able to generate 50 plus crores. I think in trying times is when you end up getting
Yeah.
an understanding of who actually can stand up and be there. And I have to say, this country has been very gracious. I mean, with Fankind, we've got people from abroad as well, which is amazing. तो दुनिया में सफरिंग बहुत है इस वक्त दुनिया में there's a lot of pain, a lot of confusion, a lot of dilemma, but more often than not I am noticing in the last 2 months, if your request is sincere and honest, there are people who are responding.
Watch E-Town News Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. only on Zoom.